Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to another episode of Driving and the News. Today is Friday, November 11th, 2022. We have an overcast day, so there will not be that much glare. Actually, there may not be any glare on this cloudy Friday morning. So I want to thank everyone for viewing and joining me on this journey of recording history. And let's see what the news has for us today.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York. Good morning, 59 degrees, 7 o'clock. It's Friday, November 11th, Veterans Day. I'm Lee Harris. Here's what's happening. What was once Hurricane Nicole is making its way up here, bringing rain, high winds, possible flooding, maybe even a tornado. We'll check in with AccuWeather. Cops patrolling Coney Island heard gunshots last night and wound up shooting and killing the man firing the gun. New York City marking Veterans Day with a parade on Fifth Avenue and ceremonies aboard the Intrepid. Still no decision in many of the midterm congressional races, so control of Congress is still up in the air. Temporary migrant tent city on Randall's Island will be shut down next week, with occupants being transferred to a hotel in Midtown. Sports, the Rangers and the Devils won, the Islanders lost. 10 Wins AccuWeather, mild today with clouds and drizzle this morning, then breezy with rain in the afternoon. From Nicole, 68 for the high today. Nice later tomorrow, and then Sunday will be chillier. It's news time, 7:01. It's traffic and transit on the ones now. Here's Karen Stewart.
Well, we're going to start with what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The Whitestone Expressway northbound approaching the Whitestone Bridge has got an accident. This just happened about 3 or 4 minutes ago. We are jammed up to the Whitestone Bridge now. The delays are starting back at 25th Road, and we're bumper to bumper up into the bridge. Meanwhile, over at the Throgs Neck Bridge, we're in good shape. And we look good on the Queens side, and we look good in the Bronx, up on the Bruckner into the Bronx and Pelham Parkway. So lighter than the normal morning rush hour. It's Veterans Day. Alternate side parking rules are suspended. The meter rules apply. The inbound 59th Street Bridge, that is a heavy go across the span. And over the Hudson River, 10, Holland Lincoln GW Bridge. The Mario Cuomo is in excellent shape, and your Staten Island River crossings, they are in excellent shape as well. Next, just want to remind you about Route 3, eastbound 3, the service road near Harmon Cove, just past Meadowlands Parkway, has got an accident investigation on the service road. All lanes are blocked there in the eastbound direction, and the Bronx-bound tubes are delayed. MTA taking a train with mechanical problems from service over at Gun Hill Road in the Bronx. Again, alternate side is suspended. Your Odyssey Lottery recap presented by Jackpocket. Powerball is now 47 million, Mega 189 million. Play them on your phone using Jackpocket. 18 or older to play. If you have a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
What was briefly Hurricane Nicole will be making itself felt around here today. Let's find out what that's going to feel like from AccuWeather's Dean DeVore. Dean.
The center of that circulation of that storm, now tropical rainstorm Nicole, is in Georgia. It will continue to accelerate and move up through the Appalachians towards us. It'll start pushing steadier pockets of rain for us as we get into the afternoon, and then the heaviest pockets of rain we expect late this afternoon into the evening hours, in line with the late afternoon commute, and then maybe a little break, and then another round of some heavier downpours during the early hours of Saturday morning. Embedded in those could be some thunderstorms, damaging wind gust potential. We've taken the idea that they may spin up into a tornado. The other problem is sustained winds. As this area of low pressure moves by, will create a wind field of gusts 30 miles per hour or so in the city, but down the Jersey Shore suburbs, central and eastern Long Island suburbs, you could see gusts up to 50 miles per hour with wind advisories late tonight through about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Rain, wind, lessen. Well, the rain exits, the wind, it's breezy, and we get up to near 70 as we dry out tomorrow afternoon, but it's chillier for Sunday. I'll detail that in 10 minutes on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
In Florida, where Nicole came ashore as a Category 1 hurricane, the biggest problem seems to be all the beach and seawall erosion.
Nicole has eaten away the seawalls and sand that protect beachfront condo buildings. Deputies are going door to door to evacuate 17 possibly compromised high-rises in Daytona Beach shores.
There are buildings that they may go down. But Volusia County
Sheriff Mike Chitwood says some people refuse to leave.
So we asked for their next of kin. I'm going to go back and give them a toe tag and tell them to write their information on it, so it'll be easy to identify later on.
Chitwood says at least 7 individual homes near there have fully or partially collapsed into the beach or into the ocean, or are expected to follow them.
Correspondent Peter King in Florida, where Nicole is being blamed for at least 2 deaths. In Brooklyn, what apparently started out as a domestic incident ended with police shooting and killing a man who was firing a gun. Darius Radzius with more from Coney Island.
A gunman opened fire on police officers who responded to 36th Street and Neptune Avenue after hearing gunshots at around 10:15 Thursday night. Chief of Patrol Jeffrey Madry.
Officers respond back by firing their weapons. The male goes down, and as he's on the ground, he continues to fire at all officers.
Police eventually killed the man. None of the officers were hit. The number of shots fired is not yet known, but here at the scene, I see as many as 22 evidence markers on the ground.
Officers immediately recover a firearm from the scene.
Police believe the incident stemmed from a domestic incident involving the man and 2 women. Darius Radzius, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Coney Island.
Deadly fire this morning in Cypress Hills. The call came in around 4 a.m. about a fire at 124 Van Cyclin. A woman was found dead in apartment 2C at that address. No ID on her yet, and no word on the cause of the fire. 59 degrees, mostly cloudy at the moment. We're going up to 68. This is Veterans Day, and it will not go unobserved in New York City. There will be ceremonies aboard the Intrepid and a parade on 5th Avenue. As Glenn Schuck reports from Madison Square Park. Glenn?
Nearly 200,000 participants marching up 5th Avenue from 26th to 47th Streets. Even in a little rain today, it seems. 25 floats, 150 vehicles. The nation's biggest Veterans Day parade. And also this afternoon, the traditional wreath laying in the Hudson from the Intrepid. We spoke with the Intrepid's David Winters.
Intrepid officials who will talk to our former crew members and our audience and tell them about the sacrifices of the men and women who serve. New York City Commissioner for Veterans Affairs, James Hedden, will join us, and also Admiral Chris Gray.
Of course, all branches of the military are honored in this parade with this year's spotlight on the Coast Guard. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, at 92.3 FM in Madison Square Park.
Marathon runner Ava Cassell will be marking Veterans Day by running a special marathon on Long Island.
During the 26.2 miles, we will be stopping at 14 locations, which you call our points of honor,
including memorials and firehouses, and she'll drop wreaths and roses at those locations. We're still waiting for final results in quite a few midterm elections. That includes the Senate and governor's races in Arizona, where hundreds of thousands of ballots are still to be counted. Republican gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake accuses the people in charge of counting the votes of slow-rolling the process to make it look like Democrats are doing better than they are. But Bill Gates, not the Bill Gates, the chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, takes exception to that.
Quite frankly, it is offensive for Kari Lake to say that these people behind me are slow rolling it when they're working 14 to 18 hours. So I really hope this is the end of that now. We can be patient and respect the results when they come out.
Neither candidate got 50% in the Georgia Senate race, so as Natalie Brand reports, there will be a runoff next month.
I did warn y'all that we might be spending Thanksgiving together.
Incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock is hoping to repeat his 2021 runoff success. Republican challenger Herschel Walker returns to the campaign trail tonight.
And they think when somebody says make America great again, that's a bad term. I'm telling you, if you live in America, you should want America to be great again.
And while the Senate remains up in the air, it appears Republicans will be taking the House, although President Biden is waiting for official word on that.
President Biden still has not conceded his party has lost the House just yet, with so many undecided races. As for his call to possible future House Speaker Kevin McCarthy,
I congratulated him. I said that if you win the majority, congratulations. But congratulations so far, you've made me win.
Republicans are much closer to winning the House majority, but many races are still too close to call. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
There's going to be a recount in Colorado where Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is now leading her Democratic opponent by about 1,000 votes out of hundreds of thousands cast. She had been trailing by about 60 votes.
Boebert's known as a Republican firebrand.
I am proud to lead my colleagues in filing a bill to censure President Joe Biden.
Even heckling President Biden during a somber moment in his State of the Union address.
In a flag-draped coffin. I know
seen as a lock in Colorado's sprawling conservative-leaning 3rd Congressional District, but trailed Democrat Adam Frisch on election night. In 2 days since, with thousands of ballots still to be counted, she's taken a roughly 800-vote lead. That's a 0.2% margin, well within the 0.5% margin that triggers an automatic recount. I'm Ben Thomas.
Now, this Rafelson Levine law provides accident victims hope for a free consult. Visit rllawyers.com today. 59 degrees cloudy. We're going up to a rainy 68 in Midtown. Mayor Adams said the migrant tents on Randall's Island would be temporary, and they will be shut down next week. The occupants are being moved to a hotel in Midtown.
The temporary shelter was never a popular choice, with elected officials and immigrant advocates saying it was too remote, too far from mass transit and support services. It went up at a cost to taxpayers of $650,000. In its place, the city is opening a 600-room facility to temporarily house single adult migrant men in the Watson Hotel in Midtown starting next week. The city has taken in close to 24,000 migrants since the spring, sent by bus from southern states in a red state, blue state tug of war with the Biden administration over border control. Marla Diamond, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM on Randall's Island.
News time 7:11, traffic and transit. We have it for you every 10 minutes on the ones, and here's Karen Stewart.
And we're going to Queens, where we've got 2 things going on. Westbound LIE, near Queens Boulevard, there is emergency activity. Good day to do it. The right lane is blocked. Why is it a good day to do it? Because it's Veterans Day, and alternate side of the street parking rules and regulations are suspended, and it's a much lighter than normal morning rush hour. Problem number 2 has to do with what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The northbound Whitestone Expressway approaching the Whitestone Bridge to the Bronx has got an accident right again at the beginning of the bridge. We are jammed back to 25th Avenue on the northbound Whitestone Expressway. Hudson River couldn't be nicer. 10 minutes, well, I guess it could be, but it's really difficult to be 5 to 10 minutes inbound over the Holland, the Lincoln, and the GW Bridge. Eastbound Route 3 in New Jersey, near Harmon Cove Road, the service road, has an accident investigation. All lanes are blocked, again, only on the service road. And Long Island, still with eastbound Hempstead Turnpike between Uniondale Avenue and Oak Street, accident with a damaged overpass. The right lane, I believe, is what's closed right now. Alternate side of the street parking, again, it is suspended. The meter rules, they do apply, and we're sponsored by Arch Care. Our next report is 7:21. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
All right, there you have it. A quick snippet of today's news on this Veterans Day. If you're a veteran and you are watching this video, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for signing up to defend this great nation. We appreciate it, and really saying thank you, I feel, is really not enough for everything you guys have done. I go to sleep at night, I go to work every day without worrying about a foreign nation coming in, kidnapping me in the middle of the night, and me disappearing because of something I may have said against the government or against one party over another party. We have so much freedoms here. We still have a lot of ways to go, but we do have our freedoms, and I want to thank a veteran today for that. All right, guys, see you on the next Driving and the News video.